I stood up to the trade cheaters. They're cheaters and abusers and violators of the world like no president has ever stood up before. And now I'm standing up again because Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, if that's okay. We had 47 years worth of presidents and other people, other countries too. We're not the only one that never did anything. They were the bully of the Middle East. And now we're leaving Iran with no Navy, no Air Force, no anti-aircraft, no missile capability.
Oil prices now right at 70 barrel as energy starts flowing through the Strait of Hormuz, and President Trump says Iran has agreed to not impose tolls or charges of any kind on ships. Now, the president adding that Tehran will bring in nuclear inspectors and any unfrozen Iranian funds will go to American farm goods. Lots to digest in there, oil, and then if you believe what Tehran is saying about buying American soybeans and wheat.
I don't know that they love that. But they don't have a choice.
Right.
That's the key. And
we're sure they don't have a choice.
There's so much hand-wringing about this whole story from a non-binding memo, which is politics, to get Iran to the table. But I just want to say, just quickly, and then I want to address the specifics, all of the bombing and epic fury, economic fury, the stuff we did a year ago, it decimated Iran. This is something I don't understand, except in perhaps partisan political criticism of Trump derangement syndrome. Iran is on its knees in military terms, in industrial terms, in nuclear terms, and in economic terms. We know that, all right? People in the business, we look at numbers, we see things. You have on Fox News and Fox Business all these military experts. They are not here to talk politics, and they don't. They talk about the evidence and the data, CENTCOM, and so forth. We have a fairly transparent system, at least up to a point. So what Mr. Trump has done is, this is a good time, with Iran on its knees, this is a good time to try diplomacy and give a chance for a more peaceful relationship, okay? And get rid of the nukes, which is the absolute essential thing. So that's what he does. And, you know, the ships are coming through, the Strait of Hormuz is opened. Whatever Iran, the IRGC may say, I mean, they're like the Baghdad Bobs. Remember in Iraq War, they were telling you how great Saddam Hussein was right up to the point where he was found. Anyway, I don't believe anything. We are telling the truth. And this is a good time for diplomacy. It may not work. It may not work. I get that. But the memo just is a bunch of political points for further discussion. The key is nuclear. If they back off and we can't make the deal, they will get no money and they will be bombed again. Okay? And Mr. Trump has said that time and time. But meanwhile, he is conducting diplomacy. And it is working, and it is bringing down energy prices. And by the way, his polling numbers, don't look now, his polling numbers are rising a lot. The Daily Mail is showing it. John McLaughlin is showing it. Tony Fabrizio is showing it. Everybody likes to quote his bad poll. Well, the whole thing is, the country likes diplomacy. America we never had any boots on the ground. That's another plus. You know, this was a very good operation. Now, how it ends, I don't know. And neither does the president, neither does anybody else know. I'm just saying this was the right move at the right time. They're not a threat. They won't be a threat for quite some time. Let's get serious about that.
Can we push you on that a little? Because was it Steve Forbes yesterday who sat there? And Brian and Steve had a little back and forth. Steve Forbes was not as optimistic as you and said our allies should be worried. Now China can look at us and take Taiwan. That effectively this looked like we kind of cowered out and chickened out. What do you say to...
We destroyed them. We destroyed them. And I must say, my view at least, another 10 to 14 days of bombing wouldn't have done any good. Look, realistically, Ron Johnson says, Senator Johnson, very good. Sure, am I disappointed we didn't have full regime change? Yeah. But after what we did to them, and they're still hanging on, they're still hanging on.
Yeah,
okay, there's nothing I can do about that. And we're not going to put 500,000 people into Iran. Okay.
But what about the flip-flopping?
And
like...
China, I want to make a point.
Okay.
Our military might is showing off the rest of the world, don't mess with us.
Okay.
Right? We are so far ahead. I mean, the Chinese are watching this with great interest, but it isn't because they think we're weak. It's because we've shown strength like nobody believed possible. And as far as the nuclear dust, you know, it's buried in the middle of mountain rubble. Now, I know I want to get it out, and so does Trump. I'm not saying that these points will be achieved. But the other point I want to make is the Treasury Department, through escrow, I'm going to call them escrow channels, working at the moment principally through the Central Bank of Qatar, they make the requests. Iran requests money. It's about $500 million right now, which is like nothing. And it's going to be, we will dictate what they can get, how much they can get, and where they have to buy it. And it's going to start with farm and commodities and medicine, so-called humanitarian things to try to help the civilian population of Iran. But we are in control of that. That's a very important point. And as far as this $300 billion thing, I mean, this was a political talking point. You think, who's going to give them $300 billion?
Let's just see how much of it gets delivered.
That's right. The Gulf states are, you know, they're too busy rebuilding the airfields and amusement parks and energy fields that Iran bombed. Their good friend Iran bombed.
Right.
You think they're going to fork over all that? I doubt it very much. You know, if private investors want to step in, fine. But this will never even, there's no such thing. This is a non-binding document. It's a discussion point, and an important one, but it's going to take a long time. Look at your energy prices. It was the right move. That's my point. Right move.
What?
Too much hand-wringing, you know? Give the president a chance. Give him a chance.
What about the flip-flopping in this negotiation, even in the early days of it? So, like, the president says inspectors are going to go in there and they're going to be monitoring.
Yeah.
And then the Iranians come out and say, oh, no, we didn't agree to that.
This is Baghdad
So,
Bob. Don't believe a
how
word
do
of it.
you-
Don't believe a
believe
word of it.
it.
Don't believe a word. They're going to come in. And it's been reconfirmed. Now, you have different factions in Iran. Nobody can control that. Trump is repeating this stuff. The IAEA, whatever it's called. And we will be in. We will have our own inspectors. You wait and see.
Okay.
We will have our own inspectors. And the money will be, if they misbehave, we chop off. The military's there. The naval blockade will be resumed. No money, no nothing. I mean, but the
Well, doesn't Congress want him to take the military assets out? I mean, he's not doing it. But...
Well, this is more politics. These war resolutions have no standing whatsoever. They're no standing. I mean, you know, you wait. All right, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. What Trump has done through it all, and the criticism and the backbiting from Democrats and some in his own party, will turn out to be a plus in the November elections. You wait and see.
Okay.
And the economy is on the cusp of a major boom.
Love it.
Now, am I biased toward him? Yes, but I'm also looking at some facts. And you look at the numbers coming out, we've talked about it here. Manufacturing, production, productivity, profits. Come on. Anyway, the stock market.
Timestamp it. He's laying it on
Atlanta
the
Fed
line here.
GDP at 3%, just for Larry.